This city has been sinking for over 1,000 years. Not suddenly, not violently, but slowly enough that no one ever ran. Every year it drops a little, a few millimeters at a time. Venice didn't collapse, it adapted, and that may be the most dangerous thing of all. Because sinking doesn't need disaster. It only needs time. This city was never meant to last, not because it's weak, not because it's small, but because it was built in the wrong place, on purpose. Venice is not a city that stands on land, it floats on a compromise, a thin agreement between human ambition and water. For more than 1,000 years it has been sinking, slowly, almost politely, a few millimeters at a time. And for centuries nobody panicked, because the water didn't rush in, it crept. Today when you look at Venice, you see beauty, palaces rising from canals, streets without cars, light reflecting off water instead of asphalt. But that image hides a quieter truth. Venice is not stable. It never was. In the beginning, this place was not a dream, it was an escape. People came here running from invasions, from armies, from collapse. They didn't choose the lagoon because it was beautiful. They chose it because nobody else wanted it. Mud, marsh, shallow water, unreliable ground. And that was the genius of it. They drove wooden piles deep into the mud, millions of them, tree trunks hammered down until they reached firmer layers beneath. On top of that fragile forest, they placed stone, churches, homes, palaces. It shouldn't have worked, and yet it did. Venice didn't just survive, it thrived. It became rich, powerful, a maritime empire. For centuries, Venice mastered the water, controlled trade, dominated the sea. But water remembers. The city grew heavier, stone by stone, century by century, and the ground below never stopped compressing. Venice began to sink, not dramatically, not suddenly, but persistently, like a long breath being slowly let out. At the same time, the sea began to rise, not as a threat, as a fact. High tides came more often, then higher, then into places they had never reached before. St. Mark's Square started flooding regularly. At first it was rare, then seasonal, then normal. Water became part of daily life. And this is the strange thing about Venice. Disaster didn't arrive with noise, it arrived quietly enough to get used to. For a long time, the world romanticized it, a city sinking into the sea, poetic, melancholic, beautiful. But there is nothing poetic about infrastructure failing, about foundations dissolving, about salt water eating stone from the inside. Venice wasn't just drowning from above, it was dissolving from below. And then came the moment when the question could no longer be avoided. Do you save a city like this? Saving Venice is not like fixing a building. You can't move it, you can't rebuild it somewhere else, you can't freeze it in time. And you can't let it die without admitting something uncomfortable, that some human victories are temporary. So humanity tried something extraordinary. They decided to build a system, not to defeat the sea, but to negotiate with it. Mosey. a massive network of mobile barriers hidden beneath the water, invisible most of the time, rising only when the sea becomes too high. A technological promise: we can keep Venice as it is. But like all promises against nature, it came with doubts, delays, cost overruns, corruption, uncertainty. Even now, no one can say for how long it will work. Because the problem isn't just high tides, the problem is time. Venice continues to sink. The sea continues to rise. Tourists continue to come. Millions of footsteps every year, every weight added, every vibration transferred to fragile foundations. Venice is alive, but under strain. It is a city being held together by constant attention, sensors, engineers, maintenance, decisions made year by year. This is not preservation, this is life support. And yet Venice stands, not defiant, not victorious, just present. And that is why Venice matters. Not because it is perfect, but because it is honest. It shows us what happens when humans build beauty on uncertainty. When ambition ignores geology, when success lasts long enough to feel permanent. Venice is not a warning shouted at the future. It is a whisper. It says, you can build something incredible in the wrong place. It may even last for 1,000 years. But time will always ask for payment. And the question is never whether the bill will come, only whether we are willing to keep paying it. If you're drawn to stories where human brilliance meets its limits, where wonder is balanced on the edge of collapse, then stay. Because sometimes the most important cities in history are not the ones that conquered nature, but the ones still negotiating with it.